The 2024 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix brought Formula One seasons to a spectacular close at the Yas Marina circuit. And what a race that was, huh? Filled with dramatic moments, history making performances, and reminders of some of Formula One's most iconic events. Let's break it all down. First, we've got to talk about the star, George and Max's beef. You guys seen the photos from Lando Norris, who I'm pretty sure is behind half of the events going on, but that's just me personally. George and Max beef growing stronger this weekend as George talks about Max being dangerous and a bully on track. This is in response to Max's comments about George being two-faced and basically calling George a lowlife. Response with basically a very suspicious, no, I wouldn't say something like that. Honestly, this is my reaction when I heard that because what the hell, you ain't tricking anyone. To another star of the show about Max this weekend, he's having a kid. Yeah, that's kind of crazy because he joined the sport in my age. I'm only 17, and he joined when he was 17. Like, man, what am I doing in my life, huh? Well, Max having a kid, and with his history with P and what we saw online, we can tell that he's going to be a great dad. But his kid's future grandparents, though, um, maybe we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that in 9 months. Probably less, I think. Another beautiful sight this weekend was Arthur and Charles in FP1. While we're on Ferrari, let's talk about the devastating weekend with the 10 place grid penalty from Charles to him getting food poisoning and then track limits. Okay, how about we take a quick look at a one-to-one photo of Checo Perez's and Charles Leclerc on track. They're almost identical, and like I kinda can see the wheels are off the white line. To Mercedes now, since we were already on Charles, and now let's get onto his future teammate, Hamilton, which said no, doing worse than his teammate in the final race in Mercedes. He not only overtook fourth, but managed to drag that shitbox into fourth in this, right? Just missing out on the podium, honestly. So sad. Would have loved to see a final win on Hamilton, but Mercedes cars are a bit iffy as of the moment. They are very inconsistent. On a positive note, Hulkenberg in qualifying, bringing that Haas into P4, pretty impressive. Like, but then he didn't follow the race directors and got like a 3 place grid penalty. But whatever. Speaking on some great qualifying results, let's talk about Sainz and Gasly real quick. Not only did they do some amazing qualifying results, just in general, these two were amazing throughout the year. We'll get back to Sainz and Gasly after this, but first, let's head back to the real winners today. As a McLaren fan myself, Lando Norris clinched a dominant win for his fourth one of the season, fourth one of the year, and fourth one of all time, and cemented McLaren's resurgence by helping them secure their first Constructors' Championship since 1998. Damn, that's a long time. Holy shit. Behind him, that joined them in the podium are two Ferraris, Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc. They round out the podium, while Mercedes drivers Lewis Hamilton and George Russell battled it out for fourth and fifth. But it's F1, so we can't have a final race in Abu Dhabi without some controversy, right? But it's not as big as 2021 Abu Dhabi. But still, Verstappen, starting from P3, collided with Oscar Piastri on the opening lap. As a McLaren fan, really hard to watch. I was really scared that Ferrari was going to end up winning the WCC, but hey, Lando pulled it off. This incident resulted in a spin for Piastri and a 10-second penalty for Verstappen. This moment drew comparisons to Verstappen's infamous tangle in Silverstone in 2021 against Hamilton. Another instance where aggressive driving caused sparks to fly early in a race. Could Mad Max potentially be back? We'll only find out in next year's 2025 season. Oscar had a hilarious comment on that, with him saying, it was hard being a McLaren fan this weekend. Must be harder for Ferrari though. Back on Ferrari, let's talk about Charles in lap one went from P19 to P8. And with that undercut, he dragged that car straight to P3. Can't wait to see more of him next year after an amazing 2024 season. And with his new teammate Lewis Hamilton, the rivalry is going to get stronger from there. Now to a few other teams, Alpine this weekend was flying, Gasly with P3, holding on too tight. But car still is a fucking boat. But managed to pull off a P7 in the end, even managing to edge out Hulkenberg. With honestly, Alpine and Haas are the real championship fighters for the World Constructors' Cup this year because my god, are they always on each other's ass. It's really, it was an interesting season from both of them, and what a big fan I am of both teams. Honestly, I do prefer Haas slightly over Alpine, but Alpine's pink though, so like super girly pop. It's not that bad. But back onto Alpine, the disrespect shown towards Ocon from Alpine, what a shameful act. After he got them a double podium this year, you would think he would be at least in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Oh, at least in the team photos. Oh my god, not even that. Fuck, that's crazy, bro. And probably the saddest moment from the Grand Prix was Magnussen and Bottas' crash. During the Grand Prix, Bottas with tires locked up due to the shitbox of a Sauber he's driving, causing him to crash into Magnussen and causing Bottas to finish it, to not even finish the race, had to retire early in the season. But we'll miss both of these two, Magnussen and Bottas. K-Mag is going to BMW next year, which is pretty exciting. And of course, let's talk about other great drivers on the grid that didn't really quite make the cut. Let's talk about Joe. P13 had an emotional moment in China earlier this year, and even with the shitbox that he's driving, he managed to bring that car to P13. Alex Albon, P11, always great. Cannot wait to see him with Carlos and Williams next year. And Piastri didn't even let Albon's teammates finish, however, talking so much about Max Verstappen when he pulled an exact same move, causing him to get a 10-second penalty as well. Let's talk about Aston Martins. Not much to talk about Aston Martin. Just get Lance Stroll out of here. Just get Lance Stroll out of here. And even Alonso was complaining about the car. You would think it would get better after last year, which they didn't even have a bad car last year. But this year, they cannot wait for Newey to come. And lastly, let's get to the final masterclass that Hamilton produces in Mercedes. Hearing Hamilton for the last time from Bond, P16 to P4, truly there won't be another man like Hamilton in this sport. He pulls off incredible overtakes that makes it, and he pulls off not only incredible overtakes, he makes them look effortless while other drivers are struggling to replicate his moves. And I hope to see him get an 8 World Championship from Ferrari. From McLaren to Mercedes and now Scuderia Ferrari, Hamilton will forever be known as one of the greats, but forever be remembered as a Mercedes golden boy. Speaking of Hamilton, he will be replacing Carlos Sainz next year. And Carlos and Leclerc sadly parted ways in a beautiful pictures posted by Ferrari, where we get to see Carlos cry and show emotions towards the team. I wish him the best in Williams, and I hope we will get to see him overtake Hamilton next year to prove who is the better teammate. Of course, we got to finish off with talking about some of the people that won't be coming back next year. We will be missing Colapinto, Joe, Valtteri Bottas, and K-Mag. 2024 season was truly a great one, and losing them was quite hard. We also lost Logan Sargent and Daniel Ricciardo in the spot, and I hope they are both doing great things now. I'm pretty sure Logan Sargent is, yeah, he has a new spot. I think it was IndyCar. I'll put a photo up if I can find one. And back to the race, let's talk about some key moments. In lap 12, not only do we see a fantastic overtake by Charles Leclerc against Hamilton into turn 9, it was also quite reminiscent of Kimi Raikkonen's bold move at the same exact corner during the 2012 race. In lap 25, Norris executed a textbook defense against Carlos Sainz, holding the lead through a nail-biting DRS zone battle. It brought shades of Fernando Alonso's defensive masterclass against Schumacher in Imola 2005. And fun facts, Lando Norris wins marks McLaren's 108th victory in Formula One, putting them ahead of Williams in all-time standings. And the Yas Marina circuit saw record attendance this year with over 90,000 fans witnessing the race live. Some historical context, this race invokes strong memories of McLaren's dominance in the late 1990s. The team's Constructors Championship this year echoes their glory days when Mika Häkkinen led the charge, and it's been a long road back to the top for McLaren, but 2024 might have just marked the start of another golden era. Hopefully they can keep that dominance up to the 2026 car changes, but it's looking good for us McLaren fans right now. Finally, the 2024 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix didn't just end the season, it ushered a new chapter of Formula One history. McLaren's triumph, Norris's brilliance, fierce battles on track, Verstappen's 4th World Championship. This race will be talked about for years, for sure. Stay tuned for more breakdown, fun facts, and rich history of Formula One. I am a new YouTuber, so wish me the best, and I hope to see you guys more often. If you liked it, like and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys got any controversy or anything to share in the comments, just leave it down below and I'll read all of them. Thank you for watching, and this is me signing out.